right, you guys, podcast time.
Choose quieter.
Fucking podcasting right now.
Chew quieter.
And now, to the podcast studio.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Not Happy New Year's. Not
Happy New
multiple.
Year's.
Not multiple
No,
years.
it's only 1 year. I mean, even though the year has multiple digits in it, it's just 1 year.
Yeah. You ever wonder why people say Happy New Year's?
It's lack of English
Smarts?
skills, public schools. I don't know. So many different reasons. I mean, yes, it's New Year's Eve, but it's not Happy New Year's. It's Happy New Year's. It's New Year's Day. Okay, that's because it's possessive, not because it's New Year's.
Right.
It's a new year. Celebrating a new year.
And how dare you even start to, correct someone on social media because all of a sudden you're a grammar Nazi and you're uppity and you think you're better than them.
Yeah. Well, it's always that. Or so someone posted something recently online and it was like a correction of something that was posted, but they used improper they there.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. And it's like, wait a minute. You can't be correcting people and then mad at people when they correct you for doing stupid shit when you're correcting.
Yeah.
So it's like it's one guy who's like posting one of the local groups and he's like, all these grammar Nazis. I'm like, dude, you're the one that freaking put your dick out there and that's gonna get trampled on. Shut up.
Stop flopping it around, man.
Yeah. So,
it's the same thing that goes back to when people say, this is mines. Like, do you know what the difference between mine versus mines? Mines are things that you dig a hole in the ground, you pull minerals out of.
Yeah, we have all kinds of them here in Arizona. There's giant open pits of copper mines and rock mines and everything you can think of out here. So those are mines. Yeah. It is mine.
Or these ones. When people say these ones, I don't think they understand that's improper grammar.
Because
these is already
that's redundant.
Yeah, these is referring to those things, and ones is a plural to those things. So you're like you said, it's
redundant and a poor use of ones isn't. I mean, unless it's ones, I got a pocket full of ones,
right?
But it's not the ones; it's one.
Yeah, I don't understand how people don't hear themselves, and then when someone tries to correct them on their improper grammar, they get defensive.
Okay.
If it was me, and because trust me, I want to be told, "Hey, you're fucking it up." I want to be told so I don't sound stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
I sound stupid enough as it is. I don't need to sound even more stupid.
I don't need any help being stupid. I'm pretty good at that myself.
Yeah. So, folks, please stop with the mines. It's not mines. It's just mine. And
exactly.
if you keep saying it, I'm gonna fucking call you out. Maybe not. I don't care.
Or we can bury you in a mine.
Yeah. Which mines?
I don't know. I don't mind.
You know, everyone's listening right now. Like, okay, you know what? I'm already turning these fuckers off today.
Yeah. Oh wow! I just found this podcast. Oh, these guys are dickheads. Click.
So, how was your New Year anyway?
The year was good. Had the trailer out the property and went out there and just had a fire. And I actually took my Weber out there and smoked a brisket out in the middle of the desert.
Nice.
Set the trailer up on Friday, but we didn't end up going out there until Sunday. Got out there, set the Weber up, and then just smoked that brisket for probably about 7 hours.
What else did you smoke?
And that's about it.
Oh wow!
I ate a gummy, but I didn't smoke anything.
That's disappointing.
I had a gummy. I had a gummy.
If I was still smoking, I would have had a big old Cheech blunt.
Well, I'm still dealing with the stuff in my lungs, so none of that's happening. And I'll just have an edible for sleep. That's typically my go-to.
It's not a bad idea.
No, especially when it's 40 degrees out and the trailer was cold, and I hate running the generator, so the heater won't run. So it's just pack on the blankets. That's all you get. I hate hearing that generator run.
What's weird is, if you're at home and you hear like the AC kick on when you're asleep, I don't know about you, but I feel like I get more cozy. Like, you know?
When you hear the AC kick on, I don't hear it. Well, that's probably the gummy that's making me sleep.
Yeah. So my New Year was different. So this is the first time in a very long time that I've actually had some alcohol to drink for New Year.
Yeah, that's been your new thing lately.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a tasting at my place. We had 3 different bottles, 4 technically. 2 bottles from Uncle Nearest. I got an 8-year age George Dickel.
The Dickel, did you get the 8-year?
Yep, I got the 8-year, and I got a bottle of the Chattanooga whiskey.
Okay.
So of all of those, I think my 2 favorite are the Dickel and the Chattanooga.
Really? Even better than the Nearest?
It's just slightly better. Now, again,
Okay.
I'm very much a beginner, not even a novice. So I'm not the one to be like, oh, this brings out the floral essence, or this has a more of a tangerine to it.
No, but it's what you enjoy. That's like, I post like pictures of like a whiskey or something I'm drinking. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, this is way better. I'm like, yeah, I know, but that's not what I'm drinking today. I like drinking this. I have my everyday, and then I have other bottles of various other fun stuff and pricey stuff and not so pricey stuff that is not my go-to all the time. But what am I to get and throw in a glass like on a Tuesday just because I'm tired of living with people or around people and in this world.
See, between the 2 Uncle Nearest, I had the 1856 and the 1884. Of those 2, my wife likes the 1884 better, but I like the 56 better. But if I'm buying a bottle and there's no limit on what I'm spending, I'm definitely getting the Master's Blend.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's very little difference between the 2, the 56 and the 84 for me. I can tell there's a little bit more bite to the 84. Between the Dickel and the Chattanooga whiskey. Well, first let me say, shout out to Matt. He told me about this drink, and there was no name to it, so I started calling it the Camouflage. You mix Dr. Pepper with Dickel.
We just call it the Dr. Dickel.
Dr. Dickel. That's a good one.
Or just Dr. Dick, one of the two.
Well, let me also say this. I have a hard time telling people that I'm drinking Dickel.
It's funny because last Tuesday, I put on the Dickel shirt and I was like, all right, we're gonna do the Dickel today. Because I know you just talked about it, and I had the Dickel shirt on, and then you had your little trip to the ER happening.
Yeah. So, all right, since you brought it up. New Year's morning, I started feeling this pain in my abdomen area. And right away, I'm thinking, fuck, maybe my allergy's back from the alcohol. So it was in the morning. So I'm like, well, maybe not, because I haven't had anything to drink today. So as the day went on, it started progressing and started to hurt more and more. Towards the night, it was a dull pain. It kind of subsided. But around 1:30, 2 in the morning, it just felt like someone was stabbing me right in the fucking abdomen area.
Jeez.
It was like a very sharp, sudden pain. And I couldn't really stand up. Like I was doubled over, thinking to myself, maybe if I just take a leak, because that's what it felt like. I had to really take a bad piss. So I went to the bathroom, took a piss, it still hurt. It's like, even if I took a shit, it'll relieve something that's in there. I didn't have anything to shit out. So I was like, well, maybe there's really something going on there. So the next morning I had to work, and it was very painful. And I eventually made a virtual doctor's appointment. I don't know if you've ever heard of those.
Yeah. We do those with one of the healthcare company gives them.
Yeah. So I described the symptoms to the virtual doctor, and I mean, they're a real doctor, you know. So the doctor's like, if I were you, I would go to someone right now to get scanned. I was like, do I go to the ER? Do I go to urgent care? They're like, well, if you go to urgent care and they don't have the proper equipment, they're just going to send you to the ER. If you go to the urgent care that has the right equipment and they scan you, they might send you to the ER anyway. So I would just go to the ER. I was like, fuck, it's that serious. That's not good.
Yeah. When the doctor tells you to go right away, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So I get there, and I don't know if it's my mind telling my gut, hey, we're almost to the ER. Let's wrap it up a little bit and ramp it up a little bit and turn the pain up a notch. But as we're driving there, like, it started hurting more and more and more.
Oh,
and I get there, they check me in right away. You know, I'm already in the triage and everything, and they do all the tests. I'm waiting 3 or 4 hours for the test results, and finally they just told me it's probably your gallbladder. You might have to get it removed today. I was like, holy fuck! Like, day 2 of the new year.
Hey, let's go in with a bang.
Yeah. So
wait, that's a New Year's bang.
New Year's
right?
bang. So after a while, they did another test, a CT scan, and they didn't see any rupture or anything or any hemorrhaging. So they think it's just my colon that is infected, that is caused by inflammation of the gallbladder. So, yeah, happy me. Didn't get to drink that day, but I did leave work early. So,
hey, that's a plus.
Yeah. So now, for whatever reason, after I left that hospital, my throat started getting fucked up. So now I got fucking herbal tea I'm drinking, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me. I couldn't. I had a meeting today with work. Yeah, I had a meeting today with work, and my voice kept cutting in and out. I'm like, oh fuck, I got to record this podcast today.
Yeah, we're recording today. Come on.
Yeah. So my first week of the new year has been a complete shit show for the most part.
Well, hopefully you get it all over done in the first week. It all gets better from there.
That would be, ideal.
Yeah. We'll just bank on that one.
Well, I would really much like to have at least something in here that's alcohol-like. That way it makes this tea good. Because I don't drink tea. I'd never drank tea before.
So I don't ever drink tea like for like a sore throat. I'll do like a little honey and lemon.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe sprinkle a little bud in there and then throw it in the microwave.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a hot toddy tea.
Pinky out, bitches.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So back to the story. So the tasting. Yeah. So all the tasting you had. So which Chattanooga whiskey, is there only one, or do they do different levels, different styles, or anything like that for the chat?
Well, the tasting was at my house, so I just went to the liquor store and grabbed.
Oh, you just got a bottle of the chat?
Yeah.
Was it just like a regular one? There wasn't like 3 of them. You chose like the middle one, or?
It wasn't aged very long. I know that. I think it was maybe between a 5 and 8 year, something. Had a silver type label on it.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, I would go get it and show it to you, but my wife drank it already.
And the bottle's gone.
The bottle's gone. I was like, gee, thanks. I kind of wanted to taste that a little bit more.
Yeah, there's more at the store. Go get one.
So needless to say, my wife liked that one a lot.
Okay, well, that's good.
So I guess we'll be getting that one.
I'm
again
about to
sometime
try
soon.
that. If she likes the 1884, I'm about to go look for that one now.
Which one do you usually get from Uncle Nearest?
I'll go there. 1884.
You do okay.
Yeah, because that one is it to me. It tastes like spice, a little spice, kind of like a spiced rum.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's my favorite. It gives me the bourbon, but a little bit of the notes of the spice, like a spiced rum. And I'm like, spice rum I could just have every day. If I wanted to, if I felt like it, I could just sip on spice rum, just over a little bit of ice, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, that's all we drink it with is ice.
Yeah.
We have these molds that make huge fucking ice cubes,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have another mold that makes these ice balls.
Yep. I have. I don't know how many freaking shape cube makers I have, and then my sister, my brother-in-law, got me these little bullets.
Mm.
And it's 5 of them in this, and it looks like a revolver in the case, and you just drop that in the freezer, and then you pull them out. There's liquid filled in them, and they're just stainless steel that has this yellow coloring like a brass, and you just drop them in a glass, and you don't have on the higher end bottles where I don't want to put any water in them or ice in them to create water inside of them.
Mhm.
These you drop in and you have a little chill in them without actually getting any water into the glass or anything else. It's just straight alcohol with a little bit of the chill.
So there's something similar to that they sell at the Nearest Green distillery. It's a disc, and it says you just freeze it, you toss it in your glass, and it doesn't dilute whatever you're drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's ice. There's the ice rocks, or like the little granite rocks that you freeze and you throw in your drink too. There's anything in there that is clean and will help chill the alcohol without having to throw it in the freezer. I can't store all those bottles in my freezer, so it's nice to have a little chill in it.
Yeah.
Without diluting.
Mm-hmm. So as we're watching, as we're drinking our different whiskeys and figuring out which ones we like the most, flipping channels, and I noticed of course the Nashville New Year celebration, and then the one in Times Square. The amount of people that get dressed up like with suit and ties and all that is mind blowing to me. I don't
Stand in the street.
I don't think I would ever do that. Like I would go in comfortable shoes, comfortable pants, maybe sweatpants, just because it's a lot, fuck it. And, maybe a Sitka hoodie that's very warm.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I don't know. Maybe if I was going to a nice dinner and then to like some sort of party in a ballroom or something, maybe that would make sense. But to go stand on the street corner in Times Square or downtown Nashville, that's weird.
But even if I'm going to a restaurant on New Year's Eve, I don't think I would get dressed up. I still want to be comfortable. I don't think there's any rule that's set in stone that says, hey, if you're going out on this specific date, you need to be dressed up. Just like
no. I think that's just restaurant driven for me.
Is it?
Well, yeah. You go to a nice restaurant, I'm going to dress up accordingly.
I don't. I mean, people do, but I'm not people.
Yeah.
That's just like if I was to go to an opera, people go in tuxedos. I would go in a t-shirt. I mean, I'm not stepping out in a Bentley with a chauffeur. I'm maybe valet parking my Volkswagen. So why the fuck am I going to pretend, getting all dressed up in a suit and tie or a tuxedo just to hear a fat lady sing?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really been to an opera, so I couldn't tell you.
So the only operas that I've ever saw was on TV, and the only reason why I would go is because of the actual music. Like if it's Mozart, I think that's just because it's so classic. It's I mean, this guy was making these compositions when he was 12 years old. So to hear that, It's kind of amazing.
I would think that would be more of an orchestra than an opera.
Well, he wrote a lot of operas.
Okay.
I think this first one was around 12 years old, in fact. He composed a lot of music.
Yeah, I know that. I didn't know that he composed an opera, though.
Yeah.
The
And I
more
only
you know.
learned, I learned
Public
a lot
school.
of, no, from the movie Amadeus.
Rock me, Amadeus.
That's a good song. Amadeus, 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 Amadeus.
Oh, jeez. How did we go so far?
Do you remember the movie Young Einstein?
No.
So there was a movie. It was a long time ago. I think it came out in the 80s, and I think it was a spoof, and it was called Young Einstein. There was a guy that was playing Einstein, but he was from Australia, and he
Yahoo
had,
Serious.
yeah, that was the guy's name. And he had I don't know, I don't remember if he invented the first electric guitar in the movie, or if he made one.
Yeah, the cover is some strange electric guitar that looks very steampunkish.
Yeah, yeah. But I thought it was odd that this was taking place in Australia, and I think it was way before Einstein was even born. I think it took place way before that.
1988. Yeah.
But nevertheless, it was a good movie. It was funny.
Never seen it. Now I gotta watch it. Damn
Yeah,
you.
you should watch it.
What's funny is that we watched Oppenheimer.
Oh, that's still on my list.
It's 3 hours.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was a long ass movie. I don't know how I freaking went through it. But it wasn't so much about what they did. It was all about what was did to him. So it was kind of like there wasn't any of the tech. Some of the tech was there, but it would have been way better if it would have just about like all of that technology and stuff that they were actually on the edge of the math. But Albert Einstein was in there.
Who portrayed him?
I don't know, some guy that kind of looked like him.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if it was a famous actor.
Oh no, I don't know who it was.
It's not like Benicio del Toro or.
Oh no, I don't know.
Who would you want to play you if they made a movie about you? Who would you want to play you?
Who would I want to play me? Oh,
Obviously, it has to be a brown person.
why?
Well, because I mean, all the white people the white people get all the parts already. I would choose that guy from Friday. No locked doors. Remember that one? I forget his real name.
No locked doors?
Yeah. I think it was the third Friday movie or the second.
Oh, the
one.
third Friday. Okay.
When he went to Rancho Cucamonga.
Went to Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know who should play you.
Bruce Lee.
No. From Breaking Bad.
You lost me there.
You never saw Breaking Bad?
No.
Oh my God. You've got to see Breaking Bad.
I have a hard time with Bryan Cranston.
I think he's a very underrated actor.
I have a hard time with him.
Why?
Because he's still Malcolm's dad in my eyes, and any deviation from that, I can't. That's the only thing I can think of, really, is he's Malcolm's dad.
Malcolm in the Middle was fucking brilliant.
It was a funny as hell, and he played this just the goofy dad that kind of That's all I want to see him as.
The episode that I loved the most was when Reese was on a police chase. The police were chasing him, and they're watching him being chased on television, and Dewey's right in front of the TV. And all of a sudden, Reese gets out of the car, and Dewey's just like holding his hands, like, "Give them a reason, give them a reason."
Yeah, that was a great show. Oh, geez, yeah, that was. But no, after that, I have a hard time with anything he does. We watched Your Honor, and even in Your Honor, as good as the show as Your Honor is, he just irks the fuck out of me. And it's
just because
it's a show about him.
Just because you saw him as Malcolm's dad.
No, I don't think it's completely that, but just something about him I just can't deal with.
That's wild. I think you should see Breaking Bad.
Mm.
It's really good. Still not interested.
Not interested.
Did you at least take your Christmas lights down?
Disinterested. So the beauty is I didn't put any up. What I did do though this year is I replaced all the landscaping lights in the front of the house, and I made them they're all RGB LEDs. So I can go to I can go to the app and just change them all to Christmas colors, and that's all I had to do.
Yeah, I bought some of those in addition to the Christmas lights.
Oh no, that was it.
So
No inflatables, no shit in my yard, nothing like that. So I went to the app. I turned all of them back to white.
So when I
have a nice day.
When I put my lights up originally, I had the idea that I wanted to take them down really simply. So when I put them up, instead of using staples, I used these clips. And so I just grabbed the string and yanked, and they just popped out of the clip. So I didn't have to get back on a ladder to do it.
But the clips are still up there.
The clips are still up there, yeah, for next year.
Did you attach the clips, or are those just the ones that kind of go onto the roof tile or under the eave?
Yeah, they go under the eave.
Okay.
Well, actually, I should say my neighbor didn't have to go back on a ladder because my neighbor is the one, because I don't like tall ladders, and since it's his ladder and he volunteered, I was like, yes, thank you, thanks, Jake. By the way, if you're listening, Jake, thanks for that. I don't know if I told you already. The first 20 times that I said thank you, but thank you again.
So you have to do the permanent lights now.
So yeah,
I'm sure everyone in your neighborhood has them now.
I was looking into those, the Govies,
the Govee permanents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of complaints that they don't actually retain their placement. You have to either buy another type of thing that attaches to them and then attaches to your eaves. But what I've been watching on YouTube is people DIYing their own permanent lights, and they're much smaller. The only problem is that I'm not a good electrician person whatsoever. So all the soldering and running to auxiliary this and running to this outlet that, that's where my eyes start to glaze over, and I'm just like, fuck, I give up. I'm not doing it already.
Well, when you built your house, do you have outside plugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But these have to go to like another resistor or some shit like that. Because there's a remote wire, a power wire, and a ground wire.
Yeah.
And it has to go to something that's going to use the controller from your app. So it has to go to something to control them.
Yeah. So you plug it in, and then that goes into the strings.
Yeah.
So you put so the way I was looking at it, or you could do a lot of people do the install from the attic. So you put the controller and the plug in the attic. So you go to one of your accesses, and there should be a switch for a light up there, and most likely a plug if anyone needed it. to
Yep.
be up there.
Mhm.
And then you put your controller there, so then you can go inside the house underneath the access panel and then do all the changes, and then you run your cable out to the eave.
But again, I have to go up a ladder to get in my attic. I'm not doing that.
You,
The attic
yeah.
attic ladder scares me.
the attic ladder scares you. Wow. Okay.
No, and that's not because it's tall or anything, but because it's made out of wood. And I'm like
So
I'm like 225 pounds, so I don't know if it's gonna help hold me.
well, when you pull the so you have a ladder in the pull down.
Yeah.
Okay, look at the label. The label will tell you what the rating is on the ladder.
I'm sure it would, but it creaks and it's like, what the fuck? I'm gonna fall right through this fucking thing.
Oh, jeez.
I've fallen off a ladder before, so ladders are just not my friend.
I get that. I just don't get it. But I don't have a fear of heights. So
Unless you're on a cliff.
No, I don't.
Oh no, that was Jake.
Jake and Will, and Travis kind of all have the aversion to heights. No, me, I'll sit on the edge, feet dangle. Nah, I don't have that problem. There's the one crack on the left to top of the world where the rock is split open.
Yeah.
And I used to go like take a picture in that around that crack, legs spread around that crack every year, and I'd have Will come and take a picture, and he like freak out. Hurry up, get back over, hurry up.
One of these days, on top of the world, that ledge where everyone drives out on, one of these days it's going to fall off.
Well, there's a crack on that backside where it can just go all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, eventually, like everything that's cracked around it and down, there'll be some falling.
I don't want to be there when it does. That's a long way down.
You never know what's happening.
You don't think it'll ever happen?
You have a heart attack in the first 20 feet.
Were you there when I flew the drone off of that cliff?
I don't remember.
There was an upsweep of wind, and it just took the thing, shot up straight, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Oh, did you go up under it?
Yeah.
Did you go up under the ledge, and then then the wind just pushes up the ledge and just shot it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like when Will lost a drone in that cave.
Oh. So 3 days later, he had to hire
3 days later,
a hiker or something like that.
The fourth hiker that was hired to go get it.
God. And that wasn't even his drone.
No, that was his.
Oh, it was his.
Yeah, that was what.
I thought it was Artex.
No, it was his. It was his, and he flew it up in there, and then it didn't realize that it had a hole in the back. Well, it had a hole in the back of it, and with that other hole, is basically created a wind tunnel. And as soon as he entered into that first hole, the swirl went in, and it just shot against the back wall. And then all you saw, because we could see the video, it fell over and then dropped, and there was water in the bottom of it. So it landed in the water. So all we could see was it upside down in a bit of water, and then it died.
Did he recover any footage from that?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that live, basically.
Yeah. He got the drone back. The footage was back all in it. Everything was on there. Yeah.
That was a fun weekend.
That was Have we ever had a bad weekend in Moab? Or week in Moab? Can't say.
There was 1 year that it was stupid cold and nobody had fun.
Well, we had some fun. It was just there was parts of it that sucked.
Yeah. When it's cold there, it sucks.
Yeah, it's like going to San Hollow for winter 4x4. It's like I did it for so many years, and every time it was like 90% chance it was going to be rainy or snowy, and then 10% chance you're going to get up and it actually be decent weather.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bad weather, did you see the Epstein list, or part of it came out?
I saw they releasing some stuff. I haven't really seen much of it.
It's not like the true list. It was a court document that listed people on it that were involved with Epstein.
Was it just like it was just a testimony from someone that was there
Yeah.
that asked about specific people.
Yeah, it was one of the victims. One or more of the victims.
Asking about certain people.
Yeah. Kevin Williams was on that list.
Oh.
Kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Kidding. But yeah, they keep referencing Bill Clinton is on that multiple times.
Multiple times is what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard like that. I haven't seen like a full like, okay, who's on the list? Who's getting brought up as being on there?
Mm-hmm. And now there's a Jane Doe that has a court order blocking the release of it because she's claiming that the country she lives in now, they would persecute her and probably kill her for her actions. So the speculation is it's Hillary Clinton's confidant. I think her name is Huma. I think it was the one that was married to George Clooney. I could be wrong about that. But there was Hillary Clinton had an advisor for the longest time that is Middle Eastern.
Oh, okay.
And she lives there now, I guess. So
she's back in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all I got to say is if, they stopped fucking around, then you wouldn't have to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. That whole is funny is that up in the time until there's been all these speculations of who it is, and all the liberals are like, oh, it's going to be all these Republicans. Like, nope, no Republicans in there. It's all going to be mostly the liberals and the billionaires that are controlling the media that have been keeping this action out of the headlines and suppressed.
Yeah. There was a picture of Oprah and Tom Hanks with it was a recent picture with Jeffrey Epstein, and there's speculation that Oprah and Tom Hanks were going to be on that list.
On the list,
not on this particular one, because this wasn't the actual list. Again, this is just
court
a court document
proceedings.
Yep. I think the actual list will come out around the 22nd when this stay was is set to expire. So we'll see what happens. But just the fact that the Clinton Foundation had so many parties there, it's a big red flag.
You think?
I can't wait to see what happens like when the actual list does come out. Because today there was a school shooting, and it's probably just another distraction. And I guess the school shooter was one of those rainbow kids. Shot 3 people, didn't kill them, but the school shooter's dead. Yeah, I guess the kid was on SSRIs or SRRIs or something like that. It's another medication that really fucks with your head.
It was like a gender reassignment medication.
I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, but it's along those lines. I'm not well versed on pharmaceuticals.
Like gender reassignment.
Yeah. Speaking of gender shit, did you see the new Chappelle special?
No, that was put on the list yesterday.
It's good.
So I gotta watch it, but I've seen little clips here and there. It's typical Chappelle, funny as fuck.
Yeah. It's really good. The last, I'd say 20 minutes, he tells a really good story, and he goes off. I don't want to say he goes off on Lil Nas X, but it's a hilarious fucking part of it.
All right, I'll be watching it probably tomorrow or Friday. What's today? Is today Thursday?
Today is Thursday.
Today's Thursday. Holy shit! Probably so Friday or Saturday maybe.
Man, I hope I'm better by this weekend because I want to have a drink.
Yeah, that would be good.
because I'm on all these antibiotics. And they said,
Yeah.
don't drink with them.
You don't.
Like, it'd be fun though.
Yeah, it'll just enhance everything. Don't worry about it, Doc. I got
Yeah, it'd be a nice little cocktail.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably a little alcoholed out from New Year's Eve.
Oh, did you hit it hard?
Oh, I just drank all day. We got up. We got it there about noon. With a ice chest full of beers and just drank that. And apparently, somewhere around 10 o'clock, I thought it would be okay to pull out the bottle of rum, which is stupid. And then the next morning, I was like, "Oh, who thought rum was a good idea after all day of beer?" So I didn't drink that much rum, but it was in there, and I could feel it.
See, I made it a rule that I would not start drinking until at least 3 p.m. That way I can hit it hard, but not so early where by 9 o'clock I'm just a mess.
Yeah, I had nothing to be up for, really. I mean, it is New Year's, but that was going to happen regardless if I was awake or asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the type of person that has to be awake for it. It happens regardless.
Yeah, I think I would have been an earlier drinker if I didn't have that 7-year lull.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, I'm not.
But you're just sipping right now. You're sipping and enjoying.
Well, it depends on what you call sipping. What I was doing, sipping.
Tasting is sipping, right?
I was gulping.
You were gulping. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a 3-finger pour, obviously, but it would be maybe 2 drinks, and then I'd go back to my little bar and refill.
Oh, geez, you were drinking. You were drinking then.
Yeah. I don't know. That's how I used to drink all the time anyway. Like the vodka that I used to drink, just straight. I would pour a huge glass, and that glass would be gone quick.
Straight vodka?
Yeah, straight vodka.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a drinker like that. I think I had some all day IPAs and Coors Lights in the ice chest, and I was alternating between the two.
I was drinking slower. I was drinking slower when I mixed it with the Dr. Pepper. I was drinking it slower. I don't understand. I don't know why.
The bubbles were tickling my mustache.
Bubbles. It's because there's no pinky out when you're drinking soda.
No. Pinky only goes out with 8 year.
Yeah, 8 year.
Dr. Pepper.
Older. I really want to try one that's about a 12-year.
The Dickel, there was a 12-year.
There is, yeah. It's also like $75, I think, $85.
Yeah, that's what I bought for my dad. Yeah, I bought him the 12 year.
So the wife and I looked into doing the Dickel tour, and there's 4 different variations of the tour. There's one that's just a tour. There's one with the tour and the tasting. There's one with the tour tasting, and you can take a bottle home. There's one with the tour tasting, take a bottle home, and swag or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to do a tour tasting and take a bottle home, which is about, I think it was $125, which isn't bad.
For that, all of that?
Yeah.
And then what bottle do you take home?
I believe it is the 8-year.
The 8-year?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Or no.
That,
I think it's the 12-year, now that I think about it.
It's probably the 12-year. I'm trying to think. I think.
But they also let you upsize. Like, say, for example, you only want to do the tour and the tasting. For an additional X amount of dollars, you can also add on a bottle to take home.
So that more of a discounted.
Right. But I do want to do some tastings up in Kentucky also. Buffalo Trace. That's the next bottle I'm going to buy. Also, is Buffalo Trace.
The Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few different variations that are pretty good. And you go down at Will and I did the Angels Envy tour in downtown Louisville
Mm-hmm.
a few years back. That was a cool tour. That facility's pretty badass. Old warehouse building that they redone. It's really cool inside, and the tour's fun.
Is Screwball whiskey or rum?
Screwballs are whiskey.
Okay. That's the JP drink, right?
That's the JP. Yep. So the barrel select is not the one. Trying to find that one.
So ever since I started drinking whiskey again, or period, for whatever reason, my YouTube feed is nothing but people drinking whiskey.
That'll happen. It's a funny
I'm
thing.
like, how did this algorithm just figure out that I started drinking? This is fucking crazy. And I came across one. It was really fucking funny. It was called Irish People Drink American Whiskey.
Oh, jeez.
And you can only imagine. What the fuck?
Yeah, that would be a little odd, because try one that's American people drinking Irish whiskey. Because I can't do Irish whiskey.
What about
What
Scotch?
it is. Scotch used to be my standard, and then I started getting more into the bourbons, and then I was like heavily into the bourbons, and then I went to rum. So now, like, would I have like a 18-year-old aged rum that I just got that's really good. But rum is probably what I drink most of right now. Just it's a progression, just where I'm at. But my daughter's boyfriend's parents are big Scotch drinkers. So when we go to their house, he's got a ridiculous Scotch collection. And some of these bottles are thousands of dollars.
Jesus.
Yeah, and we're like tasting his bottle. He's like, yeah, that bottle was like $4,000. I'm like, I didn't get this. But yeah, he's got some good stuff. But there's some that's just you have to have that the tongue for Scotch. That's a big thing, especially depending on which type it is, because there's Scotch, and then you have the Highlands. You have some that are like super mossy, and you taste it, and I'll be like, holy cow, it's like sucking on freaking grass. It's so freaking mossy.
Mm.
And he has one I think that one was like the $1,200 bottle, and you just smell it, and all you smell is like, this smells like Scotland. Is what I would imagine Scotland smells like, just grass. But it's like super intense, and it was hard for me to get that one down. I wasn't not getting it down, but it was like, whoa, that's a lot of freaking peat there.
Mm-hmm. When I went to Nearest Green, I noticed that they had a bunch of empty barrels. So I asked someone if they would sell me an empty barrel. They said, no, we can't do that. And the wife was like, why the fuck would you want an empty barrel anyways? What are you going to do with it? Where are you going to put it? I was like, it's a good point. I don't know. So then I thought,
put a lamp on it.
So then I thought, well, it'd be cool if I had a lid with their stamp on it. So they do sell those. They're $130 bucks. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go back and buy one of those.
So, if you go to Jack Daniel's, you can buy a barrel. I think it's $10,000. And you buy the barrel. You go on there and you bottle it, and then you take the alcohol in the barrel home.
Really?
And it was like $10,000 when Will and I were there.
How many bottles come in that? What's it? 52 gallons, 53 gallons?
Oh, the barrel?
Yeah.
No, that's probably what was it?
Can't imagine it's
forget.
55.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think. But the nice thing about that, it's all just it's a single barrel collection is all it is. And the only people that will ever taste that barrel is whoever you happen to give one to.
They supply you with the bottles and everything.
Yeah, you get everything. It was actually pretty cool. But I think it was like $10,000.
That still seems like a lot.
But it's the experience. You get your name like on a placard in there. You get kind of everything. It's for someone that has a company. If you're gonna like bring like some of your customers out there and do it, or we're gonna get it to actually give like that barrel to customers, you get like a company that does $1 billion a year, and you want to do that, fly all your clients out, that would be like a really badass thing to go do.
True.
And you're in that room. They bottle it. Each one gets the number on it, and you have only a certain number of bottles that go in that barrel, and they're all commemorative. I think they do like some personalization and stuff like that. So,
special label, I assume.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. I don't know. I would certainly do it if I had just $10,000 sitting around that was burning a hole in my pocket.
Do you know how long it's aged?
It depends on which bottle you get.
So you have a choice. That's good at least.
Yeah,
well, it's probably more expensive if it's like a 8-year or older, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, and so actually the barrel you can buy on top of that, but you can choose which style you want to get also. So you want to do a barrel proof, the barrel rye, a single barrel. So you can do that. So it's
imagine taking your $10,000 to Jack Daniels and saying, "I'd like to have that barrel, please, but can you add apple flavor for me, please? Can you make it taste like strawberry?"
Yeah, sure, no problem. Well,
Yeah.
They do have an apple and a honey.
Do they?
Yeah, they have a Tennessee apple and a Tennessee honey.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was being a smart ass.
So I'm sure you could do that. But yeah, I was like, maybe.
Can you put it in my tumbler? Have you seen these new tumblers? The women are going crazy over
The Stanleys. Yes. Yeah. They're all through my house.
Why? What is with this obsession?
I don't know, but I do know that. So my youngest daughter, she's in that TikTok age where all she does is pay attention, whatever fads, whatever. I don't know. She's a Swiftie, so she's in that demographic where it was. So I think it was a few years ago where it was the Hydro Flask. Where's my Hydro? Where's my Hydro? And every year she'd get a new Hydro Flask for school. And then this year it was, well, no, I'm not getting a Hydro. I'm getting a Stanley. I'm like, Stanley? Me being as old as dirt was like, Stanley? I got like a thermos, like a Stanley? Like, what are you getting? That's all I remember is my dad had that Stanley with that hammered metal finish and the handle that shook and the thing on top. You could put your gallon of coffee in
thermos,
there. Yeah, it was a thermos. It was basically a giant thermos for working people. Well, then she got that, and then I guess there's I I don't know. There's one, two, but fucking things don't fit in a cup holder, or they fit in a cup holder, but nothing else fits around it.
This is ridiculous. We're getting to the point now where the fads are becoming just pointless. Like there's no meaning to them. At least the Ice Bucket Challenge was for charity. This is just ridiculous now.
Well, it's typical consumerism. I mean, it's happened for years. I mean, we've seen it throughout your life. Think about all the collectibles and whatever that became
good
the
point.
hit and all that crap. Just look at that. I mean, think about the worst one I can always think of is the Cabbage Patch Dolls. Those things are ugly as fuck. They don't do anything. They're just like these cloth babies that I don't know what the hell you do with them, but there was this fad that went through them, and people go crazy with them. There's a few of them in my house right now from someone's childhood.
The one that I don't understand right now, also, now that you bring it up, is grown-ass men collecting Hot Wheels of Jeeps that resemble their Jeep in the garage. Like, what the fuck is the point? It's almost like getting an RC that resembles your Jeep, but your RC is nicer than your Jeep. Don't tell me you have a Hot Wheel.
I have a Johnny Lightning Scout.
That's different.
Oh, there's some Hot Wheel Jeeps up here. There's a few Jeeps up
no,
here.
but like a Gladiator GT or a JL. People are buying those, and they're buying them in bulk.
There's one in here. This is like a Gladiator model. Where's
But they're like stock Gladiators.
oh yeah.
Someone's gonna have to explain that to me. Like, what's your deal? Who told you this was cool? Whoever it is, they lied to you.
I'm just I just have a ton of toys, so I don't buy them for anything other than just go to the store. They're cool. Actually, I did get this a few years ago. It's a taco.
That is cool.
I think Troy sent me this one. Oops, there we go.
The taco is cool, but again, when you're buying
Trying to do too much. I'm unplugging shit now. Trying to do too much.
When you're buying a stock Gladiator Hot Wheel that has only monetary value of whatever the sticker is on it,
it's 97 cents. But then you got to take it all apart. You got to paint it. You got to trim the fenders. You got to add a light bar. You know, you got to like mod it like you're modding your Jeep.
yeah, I'll pass.
Come on,
It's fucking stupid.
I'll find a Tacoma for you.
Oh God, no.
Oh, speaking of sending you something, did you get your package?
I did.
Okay.
It's still in the box. I haven't even opened the box yet.
Okay.
And the only reason is because I know it's in it, and I should have opened it today for the show, but I had to work a little bit late today. I've also been under the weather. I had to hurry up and make my tea for my throat, so I'll wear it for next week. Sorry to disappoint, and thanks again, Bill.
Yeah, you'll wear it next week.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the stupid shit. I just don't understand. Like, the other obsession that I've seen lately is what do you call that fucking thing? Everyone's been posting it. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank.
What is it?
It's another collectible type thing, or they claim it's collectible.
The Squishmallows?
Yes.
My kids are consumers. One kid that's all into Squishmallows. I swear, I got in her car the other day because she had an issue with it. I had to replace the plugs and the coils, and now I'm replacing some wiring. I look in the back seat; it's like stacked with freaking Squishmallows. Then I go in her room, and she's got this thing hanging over her bed that's full of Squishmallows, and then just Squishmallows like everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck are all these things? Yesterday, we're putting up the Christmas decorations. So we have a closet in the casita that kind of all the holiday decorations go into.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting everything back in there, and I'm like moving everything out that gets thrown in there. And there's more bags of these freaking things in there. I'm like, what the hell's going on in here?
Yeah, it's
So
it's wild, man.
But again, it's that collectible, and it's just we're so trained to be consumers. It's not funny.
I think there's a status quo type thing that comes along with it. If you're in a group of friends and everyone has this thing except you have to get it too to be a part or accepted.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that. I wouldn't say that's everyone, but I think there was a little bit of that.
Yeah, but I could see for my youngest at high school, it's like it's kind of the showing of to your peers of that. Oh, I have all the cool stuff. But my 22-year-old, I'm like, well, you don't go to school. You kind of have a couple work friends. You have a couple other friends. I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? And she just does it because she wants to. She just got this hair per ass, and she started doing it. But she also got stupid heavily into plants. I mean, houseplants were kind of like everyone has a houseplant forever. In the 70s, remember the macrame and the houseplants and crazy plants in the house were like rampant, and then we haven't really seen that till a few years ago. And then she got stupid, crazy into plants, and there's house plants in here everywhere. For years, we had 1 or 2 live plants in the house. Now there's probably hundreds of plants in this house. And she's spent I don't know how much money on plants. And then when we go on vacation, all she wants to do is, oh, can we go to this nursery? Oh, can we go to this plant stop? And we spend like a quarter of our vacations going to plant shops. We went to Miami, and we didn't really get to many of the plant shops because we weren't doing stuff around where the ones were. So the last day, she's like, I want to go to this last plant shop. So we got up at like 5 a.m., drove to this plant shop across Miami, to be there by 7 in through traffic. It was like an hour and 10 minutes away. So we got up, went over there, and then she had like an hour and a half to walk through the place. And then we had to leave because we had to get back and catch a plane. And it was like boom, 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 boom. But I drove her 2.5 hours to go to a plant shop for an hour and a half.
That's crazy. All right. Before we wrap up, I'm going to ask you a question about this year. Do you have any New Year's resolution stuff going on?
No, don't do that.
You don't do that?
No. Every year, every day is keep working harder, keep working better, try to find a way to make myself better, continue to do stuff to make myself worse, my own worst enemy. You know how that goes. But no, I don't ever plan like it's a new year, new me type of thing. It's just every day. It's always try to be better than you ever were.
See,
I don't look at it. I'm looking at it as a yearly thing.
I have a whole different type of resolution this year. And that is, I want my grass to be golf course grade grass. I'm going to spend some extra money this year and level it with sand. I'm going to put extra nutrients in it. I want it to thrive. I want people to be jealous.
You're going to sit out there and cut out all the weeds and everything. Go out there with the little mini shovel and just go out there and pick it all out and not disturb the main roots. Yeah.
I want to be able to walk on my grass with bare feet.
You better be doing this dressed like Bill Murray from freaking Caddyshack. That's all I better see on the internet is Jennifer posting pictures of you dressed like Bill Murray out there in the grass.
Now I'm gonna have to get something just like Carl.
Carl.
Yeah, it's mixed with Sinsemilla and some Bermuda.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Hey, Llama, how about something for the effort?" Now I need to go watch that movie again.
Oh, great movie. Another great movie.
Yeah.
But grass is a tough one. But you should have a way better time being able to make that happen back where you're at.
Well, you would think so, but I mean, I'm growing on clay, so it's a lot of clay here. So I have to when we put the grass in the backyard, we put a sub layer, not a sub layer. Yeah, I think that's what
you put an amendment layer down first.
Yeah, and then
before
sod.
you drop down.
Yeah,
and then but even in clay, I think zero grass. We when I moved to Arizona, my first house, I put a patch of grass in the back, and I was 100% against grass in the backyard, and spent the money, got it done, and about 6 months later, I was like, fuck this. I got to overseed. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, nah. This happened. So I did it for about a year. And then the second year, I just kind of let it run its course. And it just all looked like hell. And I was like, screw this. And I had my Weimer at the time. He was out there digging holes and
oh, hell no,
destroying it. I was like, screw this. So that all came out and rock went down. So I haven't had grass that I've taken care of since we lived in California, and I had a beautiful grass up there, but it was a lot easier to grow up there.
Mm-hmm. My grandfather had the great idea of ripping out all the grass in the backyard of his house, and he came up across. He used to be a plumber, and he was on a job, and he came across someone that was giving away bricks. So he was like, "I'll take them." So he ripped out all the grass and put bricks across the entire backyard.
So he had bricks with grass coming up through the bricks.
No, there was never grass.
No?
Never came through the bricks.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like we do it now. We do it nowadays. They're called pavers.
Yeah. Yeah. Back then, he was a revolutionary.
It was a revolutionary. They didn't really have anything you did back then.
He was a forward thinker.
Yes, he was a revolutionary.
So it happens that those are real thinkers back then. That generation of people,
mm-hmm.
You know, they were like, you know what? I want to enjoy my Sundays. I don't want to be mowing grass all fucking day.
So I'm drink beer all day.
I want to drink beer all day and look at my bricks.
Yeah, seems pretty valid.
Yeah. He also made a built-in barbecue pit too, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. He built all of it with the bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think if I was to do that, I would not use brick, but I would do a paver or flagstone, like use flagstone instead,
mm-hmm.
just to make it more modern.
Yeah, and don't use the steel studs from Lowe's or Home Depot.
Steel studs?
Do block.
Yeah,
for an outdoor barbecue.
Yeah. No, I want to get a pellet grill.
No, I'm saying, but if you're going to build like an outdoor kitchen, do not use the steel studs.
Okay.
They suck.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. I have the back corner of my barbecue is sagging already with the steel studs, and I've gone through and had to brace them with stuff, and I think I'm just going to have to come back apart again next year.
So for anyone listening that has taken part of the New Year's resolution tradition, and if your goal is to go to the gym, do us all a favor and don't take videos or pictures from the gym. We don't care.
Nobody cares.
I'm glad you're losing weight. I'm glad you want to get healthy. Good for you.
Go do it for yourself.
But we don't fucking care what you look like in the gym, what outfit you're wearing, how much you're benching, how much you're deadlifting. Just do what the fuck you have to do. You can report to us later on how much you've lost. We can see pictures from January to May. That's all we need.
Yeah. But don't let us see pictures of you in December and you're fatter.
Yeah. Yeah, they fucked up.
Don't be going the wrong way by December. It'll be
Yeah.
like October. Like, oh, I better not eat because I said I was going to do it, and there's proof out there. Don't worry.
Man, you
Keep
got
receipts.
an extra chin all of a sudden.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Stick with it if you're going to stick with it.
Yeah. If you need help, ask. There's plenty of people out there that are just dying to give other people nutrition advice or weightlifting advice or anything else. Trust me, I was one of those people that was very cautious of asking other people their plans, and I couldn't find out. There's a lot of people just willing to give out free advice that will help. Now, granted, there are people that are charging for advice, and I would stay away from those people just because they're not in it to help other people. They're in it just for their own money, which is fine. You want to make money, make money. But if that person is your friend you're trying to make money off of, I think that's fucked up. You should be trying to help your friend.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's your business. I mean, you're not going to go to someone's business and say, "Hey, can let me use your tools."
Right. If it's a business, yeah.
It's a business. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a friend that's whatever. Then definitely take care of the peoples.
Yeah. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Hope everyone had a great and safe New Year.
New Year's.
New Year's. I hope you stop saying mines.
Mines. It's all mines. Mines, all mines.
And stop licking
All right,
your
everyone.
feet, fucking people. God damn it. I'm not going to say who you are, but stop licking the fucking your toenails.
The what?
I'm not going to say who it is, but there's someone that's on Facebook and they think they're funny, but they're putting their foot in their own mouth, licking their toes and shit.
Okay, I don't know.
I think you know this
I'm
person.
lost.
I think you know this
I
person.
think I'm lost. All right.
I don't want to embarrass him, but stop doing that shit, you nasty fuck.
Yeah. New year, new toes. All right, everyone. Happy New Year.
Take it easy. See ya.
See ya.